They trapped me. I got entrapped. That's our defense. Hey guys, this is Lee, Berlin, Oklahoma's only attorney that dedicates himself exclusively to special victim cases, sex crimes, and domestic assault and battery. Today we're talking about the defense of entrapment. I gotta tell you, this is a frequently asked question, should ask question. People bring it in here all the time. Hey Lee, I think I got entrapped. Can we run that as our defense in this particular case? And I'm gonna tell you folks, entrapment is a tricky defense, and it's an affirmative defense. Okay, which means in this particular case, as you look at entrapment, not as an affirmative defense, but just how entrapment works. For there to be entrapment, you have to admit that you actually broke the law and you committed the crime. Okay, so if your defense is, it wasn't me, I didn't do it, well then you wouldn't run an entrapment defense. If your defense is that I never committed this offense, the crime itself never even took place. The essential elements, the ingredients, okay, of the recipe of that crime weren't all there, and so I couldn't have committed that crime. You would not use an entrapment defense. That entrapment defense says if you have no previous intent or purpose to violate the law, but you were induced or persuaded by law enforcement to commit a crime. All right, so this is you're walking along, dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to commit a crime. I am citizen of the year. I'm a good guy. And then law enforcement sitting there in wait. They entrap you by inducing you or persuading you to commit a crime. And now we see this a lot where the police officer in sex cases is pretending online to be a child. They're pretending they're 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, and they're out there engaging in communication with adults. Okay, so we see a solicitation of a minor, lewd proposal to a minor, enticement charges in federal court. The issue in those, a lot of times the client will say, hey, I would not have done that but for law enforcement inducing or persuading me. And that's what the test is. That's the standard for if you want to run, or one of the things you would consider on if you would want to run a defense of entrapment. You actually have to have committed the offense. You have to be willing to say, I committed this offense, that I had no intention to commit the offense, but for law enforcement inducing and persuading me to do it otherwise. Right? This is not the type of offense or defense that you run if you say, well, I never committed the offense. I never committed a crime. I never broke the law. This is one where you're saying, yeah, I did it, but I never would have done it but for the police inducing and persuading me to do something that I had no intention of doing. All right, guys, till the next one.